Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of SKS Empire, right here at Omnoi Stadium in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, the biggest promotion stable in Thailand, bringing you the best 5-round Muay Thai in the kingdom right here in Samutsakon, Omnoi Stadium. So we have 5 fights lined up for you, 5 round apiece. So bout number 1, we've got Yodchanasuk taking on Saneak at 108 pounds. Bout number 2 is Esarn taking on Payak at 111 pounds. Bout number 3, Dionata Pitak, the pocket rocket from Brazil, taking on Pitak Pumipat at 108 pounds. And our main event, of course, Tosakan Chang Nakontri taking on Nitikorn Mi 77 Water or Mi Jet Water at 115 pounds. And of course, our last bout, our junior bout, Phakbung To Kong Int versus Kurtong Korkan Lurg at 100 pounds. So, Jimmy, a lot of exciting fights. One that I'm looking forward to, of course, is the foreign versus Thai matchup. Dionata taking on Pitak. Of course, last time we saw Dionata face an opponent here, he put an absolute fireworks. He might have lost the bout, but he definitely won a lot of fans here in Thailand.
Yeah, absolutely. It was a fantastic fight to watch. Very exciting. And it was one of those fights where it could have really gone either way. There was moments in that fight where I thought he was just outright winning, and then the tide slowly turned. And, you know, as we've always said, and like I said, we're like a broken record with this, but the fights here for SKS Empire are even. It's always very close. And when you don't know who's going to win by the final bell, that is a good sign that we've got some close competitive fights.
Now we're just going to come up with the tail of the tape in just a second, but this one, our first bout of the afternoon, is Yodchanasuk Kwebang Kolem, 15 years of age, 174 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 109.8 pounds, with a fight record of 29 fights to his record. And of course, Saneak saw Ratchapum, 19 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 110.6 pounds, with a fight record of 39 fights to his record. So fairly even in terms of records. You know, Saneak has the upper hand in experience with about 10 fights more than Yodchanasuk. But Yodchanasuk comes back with a 4 centimeter height difference.
He is younger as well by 4 years. 4 years younger, but he is taller by 4 centimeters. So 19 years of age is still very young. 15 years of age is still very young. But they've been in the ring so many times where the records we're seeing right now might just be a fraction of what they've actually done. They may have been on so many different circuits which haven't been accounted for. But I'm always interested to see how a shorter fighter takes on a taller fighter as well, and see how they adjust in these moments as well. He's a young guy. Will he use his height to his advantage? I'm always excited to see.
Well, I've got to give a big props to Saneak, who's only taken this fight on 3 days' notice. You know, he just got informed about it 3 days ago. So it's a big step up to take a fight on such short of notice. As we both know, you know, there's a lot of pressure on you when you take it on such short notice. You know, Saneak is a very famed knee fighter. So stylistically, we're going to see a bit of action here against Nia versus Nia, as Jimmy loves to hear me say the word Nia. But basically what that means is Muay Thai. We're going to see both fighters try and engage in the clinch, you know, take each other out with the piercing knees and the close range combat.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one thing that we don't see enough of with foreign fighters, is engaging in the clinch and being effective in the clinch. So if you are a fighter and you want to learn and understand clinching, then these are the fights that you do need to be watching. You need to watch these absolute masters at their best.
And it's a pretty typical fighting style of gentlemen from the northeast, with Saneak coming from Ubon Ratchathani and Yodchanasuk coming from Mahasarkham. the Muay Thai style is pretty typical of northeastern fighters. They rely on a lot of grit and determination. You know, typically in Thailand, that's where a lot of the rice farmers come from, and it's a pretty hard life up there. So Muay Thai is a great opportunity for them to, you know, break that cycle of hardship and, you know, display their tenacity in the ring.
Yeah, I mean, it's a testament to their lifestyle, true grit, working harder than maybe the average person to get where they are right now. And it's very interesting because that's why combat sports is so beautiful, because there's a different style for different areas. Every country has their own style, but interestingly in Thailand, different cities, different areas have a different style of Muay Thai, which is why it's very entertaining when you get somebody from the north fighting against somebody in the south. We'll see something different. Anyways, the action has begun right now, and we've already seen a beautiful teep to send his opponent to the back of the ropes. Now, typically in these first rounds of 5-round Muay Thai, it is a slower pace in the first round. They're just trying to get as much information on one another. So although it looks like not much is going on, there's a lot of small details going into what they're doing. There's a lot of flinches, there's a lot of feints, and they're sending those kicks upstairs just to see their opponent's reactions.
It's almost as if they would be downloading the information, would you rather?
Yeah, you know, as you like to say, Joe, downloading the information, but then upgrading the software in between the rounds. And that's why having a good corner is so important as well, because you might be able to see something that your fighter's not able to see as well, and you can tell them how to adjust. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're throwing a lot of teeps, but they're not engaging too much. They're not risking it all just yet. But we've got a very classic southpaw against an orthodox, and those are my favorite matchups because it is a real chess match of the footwork.
That's 100% right. You know, often with a southpaw, you need to move on the outside of their leg out of the kicking range, because they'll send that left power, that power kick straight up onto the arms and take out your punching power. So you need to move on the outside of their lead leg.
Yeah, and you can see that's what they're doing as well. Ever so slightly, they're just stepping to either their left or their right, just trying to get that lead leg on the outside before they send that big kick or that big backhand. Anyways, that is the end of round number 1. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Don't go anywhere, folks. Thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight with Kiatpetch Promotion. So here are some of the replays from that first round. Yodchanasuk really throwing all the hands at Saneak there in that first round, but both fighters remaining very composed. As we like to say, the first round is just about gathering the information.
All right, ladies, we are back for the second round. Scheduled for 5 in the red, Yodchanasuk, and in the blue, it is Saneak. Do not let that visual confuse you. there's just been a name change. As we've already mentioned, this fighter took this fight on 3 days' notice, so that is a different person in the ring. A very nice start for both of these fighters, both using their teeth very nicely.
And of course, upcoming is Singh Esarn taking on Yod Payak at 111 pounds. So make sure to stay for that one, bout number 2. But here we are back in center ring. You could just see Saneak just touching the glove of Yodchanasuk, trying to measure the distance to throw off the kick. But Yodchanasuk just doing such a great job of shutting down the rhythm, going for that back leg there.
Yeah, I think that's exactly the best way to describe it. Just using that teep. Every time Saneak tries to get something going, Yodchanasuk just sends out a jab or a teep. And you just saw a nice jab followed up by a lead uppercut. A very nice move for a southpaw against an orthodox.
And he's doing just it at the right tempo to disrupt the rhythm of Saneak. Doing a fantastic job of just any time you can see Saneak try to twitch to move in, pushes off with his own attack, whether it be a teep or just a stiff little jab to disrupt that tempo of Yodchanasuk. Beautiful work there by the blue corner. By the red corner, sorry, Yodchanasuk.
And interestingly, as we've always mentioned, a beautiful elbow landed by Yodchanasuk as we were chatting. Usually when we know that both of these fighters like to use their knees, they're a Muay Thai fighter, in the first round or the first 2 rounds, we don't often see him engage in the clinch until the later round. So it's more of a wear and tear and then really go to town. But as we say it, Joe, we start seeing the knee warfare come alive.
Well, that could just be one of those cases where they're trying to test out the clinch and see what the other one has. But they're playing the long game very nicely here in center ring. Goes for the body, follows up with the rear teep there from Yodchanasuk. As he moves in, Saneak takes some damage on the way in again. He's got to be careful as he moves in. Throws the left elbow off the lead, follows up with the right up top. Beautiful work there by Saneak.
Yodchanasuk doing exactly what he needs to do as the taller fighter. Keep those teeps going. Keep your fighter on the outside of your punches, and a beautiful sweep there as well. Saneak just trying to close the distance, but being very aggressive, and a nice sweep as well.
And a reply from Saneak as well. Tit for tat on the points table. Really trying to give it to each other and not leave it to the judges. That is the end of round 2. We'll be back in just a moment. Make sure to stay with us for more.
SKS Empire
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight, collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. Here are some of the replays from round 2. One of the most exciting promotions here on the stadium circuit, and also one of the best looking commentary teams on the circuit as well. As we just saw Saneak in that last visual dumping Yodchanasuk, but that third round, even a piece in my eyes. Here we are for round 3, 50-50 in the clinch. Bicep control there from Yodchanasuk as Saneak tries to gain side control, but now Yodchanasuk nullifies that with that inside knee block. Beautiful work.
A very nice start for the third round. I'm expecting to see a little bit more clinch work from both of these fighters, as both of them are now clinching and firing knees to the solar plex to try and slow one another down. So they've already tested the waters. They're now starting to put the pieces together.
And this is one of those things in Muay Thai. The clinch is absolutely integral to the sport. The art of 8 limbs. A beautiful part of the art, the close quarter combat. Here we are on the outside as Saneak rushes in and pushes the chin of Yodchanasuk as he delivers those punishing, stabbing knees right through the solar plexus of Yodchanasuk.
Beautiful work by both of these fighters, and both really putting on a show for the audience as well. Both fighters back in central ring, but they engage in a clinch once again, and you can see Saneak just delivering some nice knees to the side, and a nice elbow to finish the action as well.
Yeah, that was a great elbow to finish that last clinch exchange, but we're back into the action against the ropes here. Both fighters trying to find the right position as Yodchanasuk gives him the old Gordon Ramsay slice and dice through the middle. He's pulled out all the knives with those elbows and trying to take him to the ground.
Saneak had a great moment there where he was taking a lot of shots but then just nullified the action with a clinch, but Yodchanasuk has done a great job of sending elbows and knees during the clinch as he puts him through the ropes and sends a beautiful elbow to the middle.
And you could see there just a moment ago in that last exchange, Yodchanasuk had the upper hand, breaking the posture of Saneak. A very, very dominant position to be in. But Saneak has him now, though Yodchanasuk has that hand pushed over and breaking his posture again. Very contentious position to be put in.
Saneak doing a great job to stay aggressive. Yodchanasuk has to be worried that the fact that Saneak has taken every best elbow and every knee to the body and is still coming forward. But there we see Yodchanasuk show us exactly why he's the Muay Thai fighter in this fight, sending beautiful knees to the middle.
Could this be a battle of the conditioning? Who has the better midsection? Who has the washboard abs to save the day? It's knee for knee, elbow for elbow at this point. Whoa! That is the end of round 3, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you stay for the next round of action. We've got 2 more to go. We'll be back in just a moment.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Wagwan everyone, welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Another edition of Super Fight.
So Joe, in this moment, what advice would you be giving right now to Saneak?
I would be saying you need to really push the pressure, not let Yodchanasuk slip the arms around, because what he does is he just wraps that arm around through side control, gets the upper hand and breaks his posture, and then he pushes offloads with the elbows. So he really needs to push at a faster pace and not let Yodchanasuk read that pace and able to offload with some of the closer attacks.
Very well put, Joe. Thank you for that as well. And you saw those knees just stabbing through, and then when he nullified it, he sent an elbow over the top, and we see a welt on Saneak's cheekbone. So this is round number 4. Yodchanasuk in the red, Saneak in the blue. It has been a war so far. On my unofficial scorecard, I do have Yodchanasuk up.
Yodchanasuk, takes a big knee to give a big left kick back. Now we're in bicep control here with Saneak struggling to get the position as Yodchanasuk sends that stabbing knee through, but Saneak still fighting, still holding on with that huge lion heart of his, copping a stabbing knee straight to the sternum.
Yes, Saneak knows he came in as the underdog. He hasn't had the same chance to actually train for this fight, but Yodchanasuk is doing a fantastic job of just constantly pushing the pace and really testing Saneak's fitness level as well. But Saneak has stayed in there. He is not laying down. Both fighters right now are in the clinch just sending knees, but it looks like Yodchanasuk is having the upper hand here.
Well, it's a huge testament to the heart of Saneak here, taking this fight on 3 days' notice, but still being in there in the 4th round with all the damage that he's taken from the sharp, piercing knees of Yodchanasuk, and then gets dumped to the canvas.
The timing of Yodchanasuk has been absolutely fantastic. Both fighters are now in the center of the ring, but Yodchanasuk comes up alive with that knee to the midsection.
Big stabbing knees, knee for knee right here in center ring, relying on the ropes of distance.
Yodchanasuk looks like he's getting tired as well. Has he given it everything to Saneak? And Saneak is still coming forward. It's like having a nightmare where you're punching in a dream. You hit them as hard as you possibly can, yet they're still in front of you. Saneak has got the heart of a lion, that is for sure.
And it could be a battle who has the better conditioning in this one. Just as I mentioned before, who's got the better abs? Who's got the better midsection? Who can take the most punishment but fire back? That's what we're seeing here in round 4.
We know one thing for sure, Joe. You would not win that one with the best midsection. Those abs are hidden behind lots of layers. Both fighters are now in the clinch. The referee pries them apart. What an exciting 4th round, and a beautiful elbow for Saneak over the top.
As iron sharps iron, but you wouldn't know anything about iron because it's low in your blood count. Here we are, back in center ring, catches the kick, tries to dump him, stabs the knee through there.
Wow.
What a round, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium every Saturday, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. We're here for the 5th and final round of Yodchanasuk taking on Saneak.
It's been a fantastic fight. We're going to see some action replays here. So both fighters doing what we expected, going straight into the clinch and trying to outdo each other with the knees. But I really think that Yodchanasuk has had the upper hand inside the clinch. However, Saneak has not let him breathe. He's just came forward every time. He sent beautiful elbows down the middle, but there was that fantastic sweep late in round number 4 as well. So Joe, how are you scoring this fight so far? Who is up on yours?
It's very even apiece for me at the moment because the first couple of rounds I thought Yodchanasuk really took it away from me, but the resilience that Saneak has been showing, the showcase of absolute resilience, which you know nothing about, but marches forward with ferocious temper, trying to take out Yodchanasuk here, slips the arm through, throws a short little elbow.
So we are in round number 5, the final round, scheduled for the final 3 minutes. Yodchanasuk takes on Saneak, and Saneak is now marching forward, just trying to do anything he can to try and break the rhythm of Yodchanasuk, but I think Yodchanasuk is just too intelligent on that back foot.
Beautiful defense there by Yodchanasuk, protecting his points, so perhaps he thinks he has it, as Saneak looks like he's getting a bit desperate here, trying to find something out of the magic hat. Nearly dumps him with that plow.
He was whipping those kicks in as well, just sending the kicks in straight to the body of Saneak, so just timing his kicks perfectly in these later rounds, and that is usually the case of who wins it as well, who can perform the best in the fifth and final round, as Saneak now tries to engage into the clinch, but the referee has had enough and he pries him apart back in central ring.
Oh, beautiful kick there by Saneak to reply with the right hand over the top, but Yodchanasuk still on the back foot, just keeping that leg. Smart work by the man in red as he tries to take the back of Saneak.
Yeah, beautiful to see the teep just being applied to the hips and to the thighs, just really breaking the movement and the walking speed of Saneak, but to me, it almost looks like Saneak is not allowing that to slow him down. He's coming forward, he's not giving up, and he's really taken this fight to Yodchanasuk.
He's definitely hit the NOS button here because he's in turbo mode, just trying to march Yodchanasuk down in the pocket. But Yodchanasuk not having it, just trying to run down that clock with the veteran move of protecting points.
Interestingly, a veteran move. He's only 15 years of age and he is boxing beautifully for someone who is 15. Incredibly smart, a high ring IQ. What an absolute beast of a fighter he is for his age.
Absolutely, I would agree with that, and it's rare that I agree with you, but Yodchanasuk doing such an amazing job of protecting those points as he explodes in and just shuts down the action by holding on to Saneak. Saneak on the march of desperation here, like Danny Boy. That is the end of round 5. So we'll go and have a look at the judges' scorecards in just a moment as the referee goes and collects them from our 3 judges.
A beautiful fight, a fantastic pace. You know, after round 1, it was really just go, go, go. And we're going to see in just a moment who's won that fight. Let us know in the comments, how do you think that fight went? What do you feel? And it looks like the red corner has taken the victory. Yodchanasuk has taken it. Beautiful work, back foot fighting, controlled the clinch perfectly, and was just teeping his opponent. But look, Saneak came in on 3 days' notice, and I think he performed absolutely fantastically as well.
Huge display of heart from the man in blue. Absolute tenacity and relentlessness from Saneak. Congratulations to him for that phenomenal performance and display of heart.
Yeah, I mean, 3 days notice and to fight like that, I mean, he deserves to be on this card again, or maybe even for a rematch. I think that fight was very close. I was just slightly favoring Yodchanasuk, and it's easy to say that after you see who won the fight as well. We're going into another fight, folks. Don't go anywhere.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Jason Terry. Whoa. Richard Millie cause a Lambo. Known to keep the baddest bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trap, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go.
Guten Tag and welcome to Omnoi Stadium for SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. So make sure you check us out on SKS Empire, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. From wherever you're watching around the world, you can check out the time zones on my Instagram, Joe Comerford Muay Thai. I am calling the action here with
Ginger Jimmy Burr, of course, and absolutely tune in 2:30 Thai time every Saturday afternoon. What else are you doing on a Saturday afternoon except getting ready for your night out? Watch these fights, have a drink of coffee, and then get yourself out on the town. Practice some of the moves you've learned here today.
So here we've got our second bout of the afternoon. Singh Esarn VK Kaoyai.
Singh Esarn ออกอุดร
So Singh Esarn has prepared for this for 1 month, so no late entrance in for this one. But his opponent, Payak, a Sojo Lekmunont. Payak, 30 years of age, and he's also a knee fighter. We love a good knee fighter here on SKS Empire. Muay Thai being a favorite of mine. But Singh Esarn is a strategic fighter, so I'm guessing Muay Thai. So here we are with a tail of the tape, 111 pounds. Singh Esarn, 24 years of age, 163 centimeters tall, 111.6 pounds, 60 fights to his record. Payak, 30 years of age, the elder, 160 centimeters tall, and official weight of 111.2 pounds with 78 fights to his record. So very even in terms of experience, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a slight height advantage to one fighter, but as we know, it doesn't always mean the taller fighter is going to win. We often see that is the case here, and it depends how that shorter fighter actually uses it to their advantage. Can they slip underneath the arms of their opponent and just dig down to the body, and like you said, start delivering those knees?
Now, Singh Esarn, he'll be looking to redeem himself here because his last fight, he lost by KO at Omnoi Stadium, one of the big stadiums there in Bangkok. But Payak will also be looking to redeem himself as he drew here at SKS Empire against a RoboCop, a favorite movie of mine, but also a favorite fighter of mine as well. A very aggressive fighter.
We was here for that fight, Joe. That was a fantastic fight.
Beautiful
fight.
That was an amazing fight. And of course, draws here are not very often, but it just showcases the level of Muay Thai here and how even the matchups are put together by Kiatpetch Promotions, how fantastic and hardworking the team are at Kiatpetch to bring these beautifully even match fights for you. So here we are, Singh Esarn in the red, taking on Payak in the blue, 111 pounds. Ready for action, scheduled for 5. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, interestingly, if you've had a draw, it probably stings a lot more because you realize you were so close to winning when it's a draw. If you get knocked out in a fight, which I'm sure you're very aware of, Joe, it's happened several times to you, you kind of accept it. You accept, look, if you're going to beat me, knock me out. But if it's a draw, there's that little bit of a chip on your shoulder that you want to kind of just make up for it. So here we are, round number 1, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Singh Esarn in the red, Payak in the blue. Both fighters holding central ring. We're looking for a calm first round.
And losing by knockout is one of those things that can play on your mind, and you may be experiencing that today, Jimmy, if you're not careful. So here we are back in action. 30 seconds down already in the first round. Just Payak trying to pepper that front leg like a chef at work.
Yeah, interestingly as well, in these first rounds, as we always say, it's a calm round. You're trying to get as much information as you can. But if you can try and sneak in as many low kicks as you possibly can and really try and disrupt the movement of your opponent, you can really pay dividends in the later rounds. And another thing is, you know your fighter isn't moving very much, which means you can really send a powerful shot to their leg knowing they're not going to move out the way of it. So you kind of send that psychological warfare for the later rounds that you're going to get hit harder than you actually are.
Yeah, 100%. I would agree with that, Jimmy. Going for the legs really pays dividends. It stops the movement in their tracks. It's almost like cutting the ignition from the engine, stopping the vehicle in its tracks, putting a lock on the tire or puncturing the tire as the actual translation is in Thai.
Both fighters holding central ring. The referee has asked them to fight on, but as we know, both fighters, this is a chess match. It's almost like in the early rounds, they're just moving their pawns. They're just trying to see what works, what doesn't work, what type of bait can you give up, and what traps can you start setting. So there is a lot going on right now, but you're just not seeing it in front of you. But there's a lot going on. They're just trying to fake one another. They're touching the gloves as well, so they're trying to find their range before they start delivering those more powerful shots.
It's almost like sending out a measuring tool, just popping it out and measuring the distance to find your power attack and setting it up as Payak just goes for that sneaky little inside leg kick there, trying to take out the supporting leg, but Esarn having none of it, standing a very cool, calm and collected, cool as a cucumber. I know you love a good cucumber.
I do love a good cucumber, especially on a Saturday night. But as you saw, Payak, he's very aware of it, and he went to send that low kick to the left leg of Esarn, and as he went to check it, he went underneath the leg. Beautifully done to hit the calf, and the calf kick is very much a forgotten kick in the martial arts world. We're going into round number 2 in just a moment, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and bonjour to those watching at home. SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. Here are some of the replays from that last round. That hacking leg kick there from Payak, trying to take out the supporting leg of Esarn.
So here we are, folks. We are in round number 2. Esarn in the red, Payak in the blue, and I'm expecting a little bit of a faster round in the second.
So, upcoming bout number 3, Dionata Tobias or Dejapan taking on Pitak at 118 pounds. So make sure you stay for that one, because that's going to be a cracker. Absolute fireworks.
So both fighters holding central ring right now. Still a feeling out process. And you can see Esarn is starting to twitch his shoulders a little bit more. Starting to move a little bit more laterally. And that is a sign of someone who's trying to set up a big right hand down the middle. So let's see if Esarn is starting to set the trap. Almost like putting a piece of cheese out for a mouse.
You know, one of the things that I did notice was that Esarn's leg was starting to buckle as he was trying to throw that fake teep. Often, Muay Thai fighters will put their front leg up and down, just like that mousetrap you're talking about, to throw the teep off. But his leg looked very heavy on the front leg at the beginning of that round. So I think perhaps the leg kicks of Payak really paying dividends now.
Yeah, Payak has just really gone to town, and that's the thing. It's all about what we like to call in, Western boxing is bread and butter boxing, which is stick to the basics, stick to what worked, and just stick to a basic movement, such as throwing a very basic leg kick. That's all Payak has pretty much done in this fight, and to me, that is what is winning for him right now. And as you said, Esarn is starting to buckle on that lead leg, so he's going to have to do something soon to give Payak something to worry about.
It's funny when you talk about the bread and butter, because you don't really know much about butter, do you?
But you do, I can tell. Your cholesterol levels must be incredibly high. And we have
high as the IQ on Esarn now, stepping up with that big step-up knee. Beautiful work, throwing that right kick off and then stepping right through. Big favorite of mine is the step-up knee.
Payak just going to town on that one leg. And you know that classic phrase, if it isn't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, keep on doing it. And Payak, he's pretty much spamming just the one movement.
I think we could possibly see a stoppage here in the second round. That leg is looking red and raw like a spicy Esarn salad. Beautiful work there by Payak, just putting the pressure, putting Esarn in the pocket, peppering that leg in and out.
And there's that right hand we were talking about. A little bit too late to give him something to worry about, but that was the right hand he was setting up for the entire round. Will we see it in the third? Don't go anywhere.
G'day, ladies and gentlemen. Here we are for SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. Here are some of the replays from that ferocious last round from Payak, just hammering the front leg of Esarn, going to town, looking red and raw like Jimmy's hair.
And we are in round number 3, and now we're starting to see Esarn engage in the clinch. I don't think his lead leg can take any more shots like that. But interestingly, Payak, if he doesn't find the lead leg, he goes to the back leg and he hits the calf. So Payak, you know he is just a devil with that kick. He will not stop.
But I mean, that's really the only strategy you can employ here, is either switching stances or moving forward and breaking down the distance so that Payak can't throw off that kick. to damage the front leg, because we already know that it's damaged enough. And there we are. You just got buckled by it there, taking to the canvas.
Your crystal ball might be coming true, because that's exactly what we're seeing. How much more can Singh Esarn take on that lead leg? I'm not sure he can. We're already seeing him start to fall. We're going to see if he can survive. And another kick as well. And he's starting to try a new defensive maneuver, and it's just not working.
Well, I polished my crystal ball this morning for you. And here we are with a stoppage. That is it. That big knee to end things off. But I really think it was the damage taken to the front leg. Stopped in his tracks. Singh Esarn is out for the count.
Wow. I mean, this is how entertaining Muay Thai is. You don't need to headhunt. You can stop fights on leg kicks. And it was just sticking to a very basic strategy. Go low, stay low, and just hammer the same target that is available to you. And I think your Payak was very lucky that his opponent, Singh Esarn, didn't engage in the clinch earlier. And I think it was that first round and the first 2 rounds we were talking about, Joe, where he just took it to him. He didn't waste any time. He started investing in the leg kicks early, and it paid off.
That's why it's worth knowing your multiplication, because he multiplied and spammed those leg kicks, and it just ended up paying off for him. Just look at that front leg. It is just so red, redder than his own gloves.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it was just, to me, that is the beauty of Muay Thai as well, because you wouldn't really see that in many other sports, where they just hammer the same movement, and it is victorious for him. A great job, a great fight, and we're going into another one. Don't go anywhere. We are scheduled for 5 fights in total. And you can see those knees were the moment that started to finish off the fight. I mean, look, the fact he lasted that many rounds, to me, still shows how tough of a man he is. And I'm sure we're going to see him very soon.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, the biggest promotion in Thailand, right here in the heart of Samutsakon at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai in Samutsakon. So our next fight is a international matchup. Brazil takes on Thailand. Dionata Sordechapan from Brazil taking on Pitak Pumipat. Of course, Dionata coming from that memorable fight right here at SKS Empire only a month ago, really made a statement. Even though he lost on points, I think he won a lot of fans by his tenacity and ferocious power in those two hands of his.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, that's the thing, and that is a testament to fighters, which people, I think, has been forgotten probably from Western boxing, which is people want perfect records, so they don't want to put things on the line. But the reality is, we remember the people who put it out there, win or lose, as long as you take the fight to your opponent and you give it everything you've got, that's what we like to see.
And that was Dionata Sordechapan there in the red corner. And we'll throw it over to Pitak Pumipat in just a moment with a visual of him in the blue shorts, 21 years of age, from Krabi, Thailand, one of the southern provinces there. And there he is, known for his versatile, strategic attacking style. So a bit of a technician against the forward and confrontational Dionata. I'm looking forward to this one. Technician versus fighter style. Beautiful matchup. So let's have a look at the tail of the tape. Dionata, 24 years of age, 163 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 129 pounds, 45 fights to his record. Pitak, 21 years of age, 170 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 118.4 pounds, with 60 fights to his record. So, bit of difference in the physiology of both fighters, with Dionata being the heavier of the two, but the shorter of the two, and Mr. Pitak being quite the much taller and quite the much lighter. 129 pounds to Pitak's 118. Quite
a huge amount, like a huge amount, especially in the combat world when there is a fight where you're throwing punches and kicks. That is a huge amount. Now, if you're looking at the scales and you're seeing that you're 9 pounds heavier than you were a few weeks ago, that's nothing to worry about. But when you're in the ring against someone who is that much heavier, you've got to be worried. You've got to think they're going to be packing a heavier punch. And that suits his style perfectly as well, because he's a bull. He will march forward and he'll just try and take you out.
Well, I actually train with Dionata over at Sordechapan, and I can tell you what, he's an absolute gentleman outside of the ring. One of the nicest guys I've ever met.
Well,
very humble, and just a really kind guy. But once the ring bell goes, there's like an inner demon that awakens, an absolute beast, and there's absolute granite in those hands of his. Dionata in the red, getting the water poured on him by Chet Dechapan, the boss of Sordechapan Gym, and Pitak getting the final prayer prayed over him by his trainer.
Joe, I do have a question. Sordechapan are very famous for that flying knee. Considering Dionata is a shorter fighter, he's quite short, stocky, and powerful, do you think he'll try that in this fight?
Could be a bit tricky for him. I think he might need a bit of a step ladder to get up to the top of Pitak. Pitak being 170 centimeters to Dionata's 163. It's a bit of the height difference there, so somebody can lend him a step ladder. He might be able to get up there.
I'd love to see it. If this man comes out and throws a flying knee like Jorge Masvidal, I would be amazed. And that is round number one. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Round number one. Let's see how the pace goes. In the red corner, Dionata. In the blue corner, Pitak.
Dionata is one of those guys who'll go straight for the leg. Think we could perhaps see a repeat just like the last fight. He'll go for that front lead leg and just pepper it with the heavy hands. Goes for the outside again as well.
One thing I'm noticing here, Joe, Dionata, the way he throws his leg kicks is a lot different in comparison to the fight we've just seen before. He's throwing it almost like with a different technique. Is there a reason behind that?
Well, there's a million different ways to kick. There's, as you like to say, there's no right way to do anything. There's just a better way to do it. So you'll probably see him jump into his kick and move to the side to avoid the punches of Pitak. Whereas the last fight, we saw him throw it straight from the hip rather than jumping in and putting all his weight on the front foot. But it's just about power, really. It's about throwing all the power into it and doing the most damage as you can. Whereas I think the last strategy was just, you know, racking up the damage. But I think Dionata really just wants to get the job done early.
One thing I really like about Dionata's style is his stepping jab. He flicks that jab out as he's stepping to the left, and that is a good way to set up your right kick or your right shot. And he's also a very good body puncher, and I think that's also because he's a shorter fighter. But Dionata definitely damages you to the body, and he's always flicking that jab out. When other fighters are using the teep, he's using the jab.
Pitak applying that long guard there, but sitting on the back foot. And does Dionata smell weakness? And a big left hook up top, wobbling Pitak, goes for the body, but Pitak just smiles it off, throws the elbow. Could this be the end of him? And here we are with an 8 count from the referee.
Wow, Dionata came alive with the Mickey Ward special, taps him upstairs and whacks him down low. And now he's trying to finish off Pitak. Can he do it? And he's down again, Joe. And the referee is calling off the fight. What a beautiful statement this man has just made. He is back. He has proved himself once again.
And in the world of social media, that's what we call hashtag light work, baby. What a performance from the Brazilian warrior that is Dionata Dechapan.
Wow.
The body snatcher.
Beautiful stuff. The way he was stepping with that jab, the way he was going down to the body, and I think he shocked his opponent because, like I said, we don't see that many body punches in Muay Thai. Joe, talk us through some of these action replays.
Beautiful display of leg kicks early on, fundamentals in Muay Thai, but you could definitely see that he smelt weakness in the body early on. He might have seen his opponent wincing from that as he tries to shake it off, but that big left hook upstairs, I think that was really the one that turned the tables and saw Mr. Dionata go all ham.
Just fantastic. And don't go anywhere, folks. We've got a fight coming up. Mr. Tosakan taking on Nitikon. Don't go anywhere. One more fight coming up. But Dionata, beautiful stuff. Just like a very active Mickey Ward, as we like to say. Just tapping him down low and just whacking him upstairs and then mixing it up. Just a fantastic knockout from a man who lost his last fight here at SKS and he got cut. He has made a statement, and I'm sure anyone's going to be intimidated fighting this man here.
What a performance by Dionata Dechapan. So we'll be back in just a moment.
ผู้ชมครับมวยวันนี้ดุเดือดเหลือเกิน
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Richard Millie cuss a Lambo. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Mary.
Sawadee Cup, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to SKS Empire Super Fight. In collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, we are here for our main event of the afternoon. Todsakan Changna Konsri taking on Netikorn Me, Jet Drinking Water. What a fight we have coming up for you. I'm looking forward to this one, Jimmy. Our main events here at SKS Empire, always absolute fire.
It always feels like every fight we see could be worthy of a main event. That last one was fantastic. The first fight was every fight we see could be worthy of a main event, in my view.
That's right. Now, talking a little bit about the red corner, Todsakan Changna Konsri, 23-year-old Muay Thai fighter from Nakhonsi Thammarat, stands at 165 centimeters. Now, he's known as a very, very aggressive operator. So I always love a bit of aggression in Muay Thai, even though Muay Thai, in my eyes, is a sport of beauty and grace. It's always loved to see beautiful violence and aggression against Mr. Netikorn, who's renowned for his leg kicking and heavy punches. So could it be another tale of the punches and the leg kicks? The last two fights, we saw leg kick stoppage. The last fight, a punch stoppage to the body. Could we see a punch and leg kick stoppage? So here we are, Todsakan, 23 years of age, 165 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 115.2 pounds. 50 fights to his record. Netikorn, 21 years of age, 165 centimeters tall, with an official weight of 115.8 pounds. 50 fights to his record as well. So, Muay Mutt versus Muay Buok.
So, Joe, talk us through it there. I mean, we understand that there's many different styles in Muay Thai. So, how would you describe those two particular styles, Muay Muak and Muay Mutt? Tell us about those, Joe.
So, Muay Mutt is a punch-heavy style. What they'll try and do to their opponents is put immense pressure with heavy hands and go for the leg kick. They'll try and stop their opponents in the first 2 rounds. They really go for the knockout. Whereas Muay Buok is a fighter style, what we like to call fighter style, where it's immense forward pressure, but they offload with the elbows as well. Now, their conditioning and fitness is just absolutely impeccable. And often, they will try and go for the knockout, but they're just so in your face. A very famous Muay Buok fighter is Esarn. So for those who know Esarn, you know he's the man who is just so formidable, such a formidable opponent against anyone. Just always in your face, like a fly to a sandwich at a Sunday picnic, just sticks to it.
Or a Joe to a buffet, as we would like to say.
Oh, wow, that was a bit of a low blow, but that's all right. We are seeing the Waikru Ramoy here, the pre-fight ritual, the traditional dance, one of the most beautiful aspects of Muay Thai and Muay Thai culture, where both fighters will pay respect to their trainers and their gym. And also, it's also about, you know, warding off the bad spirits and asking the spirits or your God for protection in the ring. So that's what we're seeing right now as they're being adorned with their Mongkol, the traditional headpiece that all Muay Thai fighters wear before the bout, which can only be taken off by their coach or trainer.
Yeah, and interestingly as well, you're asking for protection inside the ring for yourself, but also your opponent as well. You want to make sure you both leave that ring safely, and you go into that ring and you leave the ring the same way you went in as well. But the way you've just described those two styles, Joe, to me is exactly what we like to say is it's all about style. And that is exactly what we're going to see. An elbow fighter or someone who's in your face all the time, that's what we like to see. If he can try and finish this fight in the first 2 rounds, and you know that that's what he's going to do, you now have to think of a strategy to either keep him away or just meet fire with fire. And that's what I'm excited to see.
And you know, you were talking about entering the ring and leaving the same way, but I don't think you'll be leaving this stadium the same way that you came, the way you keep continuing with this commentary about my lackluster Muay Thai career. So here we are for round one of our main event of the afternoon. I'm looking forward to this one. 5 rounds of beautiful Muay Thai action. Style, style, and more style. That's what we love to see here at SKS Empire Super Fight every Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. Make sure to check us out on the SKS Empire Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. Here is round one getting underway now.
Thank you for joining us, folks. We are scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Tosakan in the red, Nitikon in the blue. The first round tends to be that feeling out process. How much feeling out will these two fighters do? This is the main event, and of course both fighters have just witnessed 2 fighters get stopped. They've now got a lot of pressure on them to impress the audience and the judges like the last fighters just did.
Nitikon started that round off with a step through lead elbow, really trying to set the pace early and show Tosakan who's boss. Going for the leg kick as well, goes for the heavy hands, the lead uppercut with the overhand right, the Alan McOney overhand right.
Just as you mentioned as well, Joe, they're not wasting time in these first opening rounds. They're basically setting the pace as early as they possibly can. And we've just seen with Nitikon throwing that overhand Ali McKerney right that is very famous in the Muay Thai world. And it looked like it nearly clipped Tosakan. But it's just enough to send a message to Tosakan that this is what I'm capable of. And this will hurt if it hits you clean.
Good display of balance there by Tosakan, not getting taken to the ground from the forward pressure of Nitikon. Nitikon looking for that fake, trying to download the information, as Jimmy loves to always say. Oh, and there's a flying knee to start things off. Has he been watching the highlight reels and saw Dechapan peels through inside control, tries to set things off early, now in a better position, putting immense pressure on Tosakan. Tosakan just waving it off, going, nah, that's not it, that's not it.
You lull them into a false sense of security, then you jump up with a flying knee out of nowhere. Beautiful timing from Nitikon, and that is what combat sports is and boxing is. Timing will always beat speed and power, and that's exactly what Nitikon did. Tosakan has got to be careful because he's now felt the right hand of his opponent, and now a knee to the jaw and a spinning elbow as well.
Goes for the old spinner to win it, but that's a high risk, high reward action to do because often your back can be taken. So you got to throw that very carefully, the old spinning elbow.
If you're looking at Tosakan right now, it looks like his eyes are not really part of his body, the way he's not even looking at his opponent. Is he out on his feet and he's just fighting on pure instinct at this moment in time? We're going to see. We're going into a second round, folks. Don't go anywhere.
Hola and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight. Here we are. There's that beautiful flying knee. What an action reel right on the chin of Tosakan. But as you said, Tosakan was looking very glassy-eyed in that first round.
But the way he got up as well, I mean, that is one of those things in boxing that people really are not taught inside the gyms, is how to weather a storm, but how to also accept that you've been knocked down. Take the full 8 seconds, recover as much as you can, spit out your gum shield, do something, but don't just jump back up. Take your time to recover. But a beautifully timed knee, and I'm excited for this second round. That was just round number 1, Joe. We're going into the second in just a moment.
This is round number 2 coming up. Nittycorn really trying to make a statement early on in that first round. Flying knees, dumps, leg kicks, heavy hands. We saw it all. We're back into the clinch now, trying to feel it out. Tosakan trying to stab his way to victory here like a misty London night. And here we are for bout number 5. Coming up next, Phakbung taking on Samarn at 100 pounds. So make sure to stay tuned for that one as well.
Both fighters in the center of the ring. A nice whipping kick from Nittycorn. Tosakan has definitely got that playing on his mind as he eats an elbow as he steps inside. Nittycorn, to me, looks like he's just fighting like a Venus flytrap, as I like to say. He's making it inviting. He's waiting for his opponent to come to him, and when the time is right, he's just going to snap you up with a beautiful shot. We will see if Tosakan walks into this Venus flytrap.
Inside the clinch, 50-50, with Tosakan showing a little bit of more aggression here in the second round as Nittycorn puts that palm over to disrupt the posture of Tosakan back in center ring to continue the action.
I also think Nittycorn was just doing a very old tactic where he knows he's got Tosakan slightly cut and the Vaseline is blocking the blood. So Nittycorn is actually trying to rub the Vaseline out of the cut to try and disrupt the vision of Tosakan. So a very nice move, a veteran move indeed.
Nice palm over the top there from Tosakan himself as we're back into center ring. Oh, beautiful kick to knee block there from Nittycorn, showcasing his balance.
He almost looks like he's bullying his opponent now. Everything he does. Both fighters look almost lethargic in there. They're very well timed. They're definitely thinking about everything. But I think it's a poker face for them as well, because this is when Nittycorn starts to throw those cheeky elbows on the inside.
That's right, he's looking for the elbow, and a big left one over the top. Jimmy Bow just called it. The crystal ball being polished in my ute, looking very clear right now. Big lead teep there from Nittycorn on the back foot. Good hand placement there from the man in blue, just pushing against, and that great knee block across the hip from Nittycorn.
And you know what they say, boxing is just like jazz, and you're trying to get them into a false sense of rhythm. And as soon as he realized that his opponent was taking some time off and slacking, he sent that elbow over the top, beautifully timed. And it looks like we're going into a third round in just a moment, Joe.
Catches the leg, replies with a lead knee, stab for stab, right here in 50-50 bicep control. That is the end of the round. We'll be back in just a moment. Ni hao and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Look at some of these replays, those beautiful stabbing knees from Tosakan and the catching of the leg and that push off there. Oh, beautiful display of balance there from Nitikorn.
And both fighters are just edging ever so closer to one another. The early rounds, the fight and the punches tend to miss by inches. It turns to millimeters and then they start to connect hard in the later rounds when both fighters are more tired.
And there's dear Kiatpetch, the face of Kiatpetch Promotions, the man behind the action. Here we are for round 3. Back into the clinch. That's what we like to see. Ring control, clinch control, stabbing knees, elbows on the inside there from Nitikorn as he's being pushed into the ropes, but turns the tables like a DJ, but gets his head stuck in the ropes in the way.
For those of you just joining us, we are in the main event in the 3rd round. It is scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. Tosakan in the red, Nitikorn in the blue as the referee tumbles to the canvas, and Tosakan is now marching towards Nitikorn.
You can see Tosakan biting down on the mouth guard like Eleanor Fellows, digging deep and kneeing his way through his opponent, trying to get the upper hand here in the clinch.
And this is very typical of Eleanor Fellows. She just likes to march forward and give it everything she's got. Some great work by both of these fighters, sending the powerful shots into the body, into the head. Neither fighter wanting to leave this in the judges' scorecards. And this is usually when Nitikorn comes alive with the knees and the elbows.
Beautiful action here at Omnoi Stadium every Saturday. And Tosakan on the forward march there, but Nitikorn tries to nullify it by putting that hip turn over. But Tosakan just breaking through the wall of Jericho there.
Interestingly as well, we've seen that Tosakan has already been to the canvas. He's been hit hard by several shots, yet he's still marching forward, which is definitely a testament to his character. It doesn't matter if you get knocked down, you get back up, and that's exactly what Tosakan is doing well. He's just showing Nitikorn that you will not bully me. I will not allow you to intimidate me with these elbows and knees.
Look at that beautiful push of the palm over the face. Very contentious position to be put on by a fighter, very uncomfortable, and it's a good strategy there by Tosakan to rub the palm over inside the clinch, smother the breathing of Nitikorn, who did so well in that first round. But looks like the tables are turning with that big egg on the side of Tosakan's head. But you would know about eggs because it's not a part of your diet. Oh, and a big elbow sent through by Nitikorn, sending Tosakan to the ground for the 8 count, looking like he's on sea legs. Whoa, what a turnaround of events here in the 3rd round.
What a knockout, and he's starting to get him cut up, and he's starting to finish him off. It looks like he is cut to the cheek and to the eyebrow, and there's an egg on his forehead. Joe, this must be like deja vu for you.
And a big forward elbow there from Nitikorn. Perhaps what will happen in the future in the car park. That is the end of the 3rd and final round. G'day guys and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium in the heart of Samarn, Thailand for more action, 5-round Muay Thai, our main event of the afternoon.
What a fight and what a round we've just seen. I mean, we're going to see some action replays in just a moment, but Tosikan's corner is absolutely fantastic at stopping the bleeding.
Look at that big takedown there, turning the tables like a DJ, turns him, and that big elbow over the top from Nitikorn. Beautiful work, stopped him for that A count.
The referee straight into the middle, risking himself. And what he was doing there, Jay, he's preventing the knee coming in if the fighter's falling, and he just jumps in the way of victory, almost like an actor jumping in the way in front of a bullet to stop it. Beautiful stuff by the referees, and you always mention how good these referees are.
Yeah, that's right. I honestly think they are the gold standard of officiating in the world. Thai referees really set the bar high. Here we are for the fourth round of action, picking up the tempo here for our main event. Tosikan in the red versus Nitikorn in the blue.
Tosikan not laying down. He just takes the fight to Nitikorn. Now, if you've been knocked down or possibly knocked out by an opponent, it's very hard to keep marching forward. You get a little bit gun-shy, but Tosikan realizes the only chance he's going to win this fight now is just taking the fight to Nitikorn. And again, Tosikan has been cut twice, and the blood's not streaming down his face, so whoever is in his corner is an absolute wizard.
Nitikorn sitting on the back foot now, with Tosikan's forward pressure, and you could just see Nitikorn utilizing that hip block there in side control, nullifying the action there for Tosikan, because Tosikan will be getting very desperate at this point. A knockdown, two knockdowns actually throughout this whole fight. Nitikorn will just be looking to protect his points.
2 rounds and dominant rounds as well. So Tosikan right now, to me, is doing a very good job in this 4th round as he sweeps Nitikorn to the canvas, but the referee did not like it.
Yeah, a bit of foul play there from the red corner in my books. Goes for the body, goes up top with that thunderous elbow, hits with the left kick, really putting forward pressure. This is what it's all about here at Omnoi Stadium every Saturday.
I mean, definitely a Rocky Balboa story here. Tosikan is cut up, he's bruised, he's bleeding, and he's losing this fight, but he's not stopping. He's still marching forward, and he is showing everyone it doesn't matter what is happening in a fight. You keep marching forward, and you give it everything you've got. Some great heart by Tosikan as he tosses Nitikorn to the canvas. Tosikan by name, Tosikan by nature.
And this is why Jimmy is a commentator, because he's got a head like Sylvester Stallone. And he tosses Nitikorn back to the ground in a dominant display of ferocity here.
And Tosikan just ragdolls Nitikorn to the canvas. Are we starting to see the tide turn in this fight? Is Tosikan going to try and take it away from Nitikorn? We've got one more round of this, but still 30 seconds to go of round number 4. Is he going to walk onto another big elbow?
Beautiful racking of the knees there by Tosikan, trying to turn the tables in a dominant display of power in this 4th round here in the dying seconds of this round. Oh, big step up knee there.
Both fighters in the clinch and a nice elbow by Tosikan, but of course Nitikorn returns with one of his own. Both fighters in the clinch just sending knees after each other. This fight is starting to turn, and it looks like we're going into a 5th round, Joe. It could be a very close fight now.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Jason Terry. Richard Millie cussing Lambos. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight, collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. What an absolute show we've got on this afternoon in our main event of Shakespearean proportions. Very dramatic. Jimmy,
unbelievably exciting, and we've just seen one fighter get dominated for 3 rounds, and then in the 4th round he just took the fight to his opponent. And it's one of those situations where you've knocked them down twice, you've cut them up, you've bruised them, but they're still in front of you. They're not going to stop, and that is the hardest person to fight. You don't need to be the most skilled fighter, but if you've got the gas tank to back it up, which is exactly what you mentioned before the fight, it's the gas tank that really helps him out, and that's what we're seeing right now. This 5th round I'm excited for, Joe.
And I think that is the case here at this higher level of fight, is who has the better conditioning. You know, both these fighters are such strategists, but it just depends who's got the better gas tank and the bigger heart of the two.
That's a good point. When 2 fighters are almost even in terms of skill level, it's the gas tank that wins it for you. We are now in round number 5, the final round, 3 minutes. Tosikhan in the red, Nitikon in the blue. Nitikon is slightly edging this fight in my view, but Tosikhan is taking it to him.
Beautiful forward pressure there by Tosikhan. Left kick to right kick, just like he's holding pads. Nitikon tries to take the back. Tosikhan's not having it.
Tosikhan just relentlessly moving forward. He knows he's got to do this to win this fight. Nitikon doesn't realize what's happened. He's bit off more than he can chew. Can he survive these 3 minutes? Tosikhan is on a mission to end this man in this round.
And I'm sure dear Kiatpetch sitting on the sidelines is watching this very ever so carefully, perhaps wanting a rematch between these two, because it's absolute fireworks.
This is what a main event is all about. Like we said, every fight is worthy of a main event, but these two are showing the skill level and why this is the main event. Just a fantastic fight so far. Tosikhan marching forward, Nitikon on the back foot, eats a right hand in the process.
Goes down, goes upstairs. Nitikon just grabbing onto the head, trying to mitigate any of the knees coming his way from Tosikhan. Tosikhan goes up top with a big wide hook, grabs on.
Tosikhan can also not put Nitikon down with a punch or an elbow either. So although Tosikhan is definitely having his way with Nitikon right now, he cannot put this man down, which is a testament to both of those conditioning levels. They're not going down easy.
Tosikhan like a pit bull with lockjaw, just locking on and not letting go.
And the referee's got his work cut out for him. He pries him apart, brings him back in the central ring. 1 minute to go of this main event. Let us know in the comments, who do you think's winning?
That's right. As you can see, Nitikon just trying to protect the points at this point. As our referee brings them back into the center circle. Sitting on the back foot, Nitikon looking to mitigate any of the forward pressure here by Tosikhan as he goes on that Robocop walk.
Nitikon doing a great job of using his footwork to evade danger. Staying off the ropes is where he wants to be, almost creating a stalemate in the clinch to allow the referee to break them. A good way to get as much time as he eats a left hand in the process, and Nitikon grabs on for dear life.
Just racking up those points with those pitter-patter knees, trying to show the judges that he's still in it, as Nitikon's not letting go.
A veteran move. Try and get as much time as you possibly can. Try and get as much air into your lungs and try and survive. But Tosikhan is just going for it, and I think you're right, Joe. Is there going to be a rematch regardless of who wins this one?
That's right. I know I would love to see it, and that is the end of the 5th and final round. Tosikhan thinks he has it. Nitikon thinks he has it. We'll go to the referee in just a moment to see the judges' scorecard, to see our winner for today's main event.
And that's what we want.
Fight.
That is exactly what we want, Joe. We want close fights. We don't want it to be obvious of who's won that fight. We want it to be close. We want to be on the edge of our seats, and that's what we got for a main event.
And it goes the way of Nitikon. The very dramatic knockdowns earlier on in the rounds, protecting the points in the 5th. The strategist, the chess master, that is Nitikon. Let's go and have a look at these replays, Jimothy.
And that was that first knee that set the pace. And Joe, I almost forgot about those knockdowns because of the way Tosikhan was fighting. I almost started to believe Tosikhan was winning this fight because I forgot those first 3 rounds because of how exciting those later rounds were. But we saw this is where that elbow came over the top as well. Some beautiful stuff by both fighters. And there it is. the elbow that sent him to the canvas for the second time.
That beautiful setup, slaps the lead arm down, follows up with the rear. Beautiful work there by Nitikorn. Textbook Muay Thai.
The referee jumps in the middle, and as we see, both fighters in the clinch, and Tosikan just near the end of that fight sent a beautifully timed elbow to the chin, which almost rocked his opponent, but it wasn't enough to send him to the canvas. A beautiful survival, and thank you for watching, folks. We've got one more fight coming up in just a moment.
Konnichiwa and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium. Here we are for the 5th and final bout. Phakbung in the red taking on Samarn Lek So Samarn Garment. So Phakbung Tor Kon In, 16 years of age from Uttaradit, standing at 165 centimeters, renowned for his adeptness in techniques and strategic prowess. Phakbung brings a disciplined and calculated approach to his fights, showcasing his skills in the ring, which I'm looking forward to.
We've seen Phakbung here before. This is a fight that is going to be scheduled for 5 2-minute rounds. So shorter rounds, which means both of these fighters have really got to get on their bikes a little bit earlier and try set something up. But right now, both fighters are just stepping outside of one another, still trying to find their range, trying to see what they can do, what will work for those later rounds.
And just for the audiences at home, they're not literal bikes, they're just figurative bikes. As Samarn Lek puts on the forward pressure with that beautiful outside low kick. Phakbung showcasing his balance with that hip turn over the hips of Samarn Lek. Samarn Lek, 15 years of age from Surin, one of my favorite provinces here in Thailand, standing at 158 centimeters, specializing in knee attacks. So Muay Khao taking on a strategist in Phakbung. Look at that beautiful display of balance a moment ago from Phakbung. Samarn Lek skips forward with the forward pressure, the old 1-2 straight down the line, and that is the end of that round. We'll be back in just a moment. Let's have a
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back is getting scary. If you fucking with my eyes, just don't come near me. Put some bins all on your head like Justin Terry. Rich a milli, cause a Lambo. Known to keep the better bitches on commando. Every time I'm in my trip, I move like Rambo. Ain't a neighborhood in Philly that I can't go. For real.
SKS Sport Combat Strategy.
I can feel like 80 rats in my Marys. Me and Drizzy back to back.
Bonjour, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to SKS Empire Super Fight in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions, the biggest promoters in Thailand, and obviously the most even matched in my opinion. Here we are for the next round of action. Round number 2 underway. Phakbung in the red, Samarn in the blue.
Both fighters holding central ring. A calm first round, but Phakbung definitely controlling the range. But towards the end of that first round, we did see Samarn starting to put his combinations together, starting to land some more clean, powerful shots. And there it is, exactly what we saw in the first round. Samarn steps in with that 1-2, trying to land with the jab first before he sends that right hand or the right kick.
Oh, a nice right kick there by Samarn, replying after he did that Neo from the Matrix dodge. Goes again for the reply.
I'm not sure if you caught it, but Phakbung went for a very old tactic, which is cracking down on the bicep of your opponent. So when he threw that long hook, Phakbung actually hit down on the bicep of Samarn, a move that you rarely see in the combat world.
Oh, big right hand to follow things up there from Samarn. Really going for the haymakers here in center ring. Just trying to time it to get the knockout. Throws the stiff jab out. Just places it there to disrupt the vision of Phakbung. But Phakbung on the retreat now.
As you said, Joe, there's only 2 minutes. There's not much you can do in 2 minutes, so you've got to really just go for it while you can. And Samarn definitely taking the fight to Phakbung. Phakbung done a very good job to stay on his feet and not lay down to these huge right hands. But Samarn going for the very typical trap. Jab downstairs and then a right hand upstairs to follow.
Samarn on the forward hunt, but very wary of Phakbung's power as well, respecting the punch from the red corner, but throwing that nice stiff jab, the hand placement on the chin to follow up with the right straight down the middle, and he wobbled him just a second ago, and follows up again. That is the end of the round. We'll be back in just a moment to continue the action. Top of the morning to you, and welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight. Welcome back to SKS Empire in collaboration with Kiatpetch Promotions. We're underway for our last bout of the afternoon, round 3. Phakbung taking on Samarn. Some big replays here. That placement of the lead jab, just stiffing it out and throwing that right hand straight down the middle, sending Phakbung back on the retreat.
Okay, folks, thank you for joining us. We are here for the 5th and final fight of the SKS Empire third round, scheduled for 2 minutes. Phakbung in the red, Samarn Lek in the blue. Samarn Lek has really just found the target with that overhand right. He's hit Phakbung with it at least 9 times, but once you show your fighter your best move and it doesn't do anything to take him out, you've got to trick him. You've got to do something differently. So I'd like to see Samarn Lek just mix things up before he throws that overhand right.
There's a lot of power behind it, but as you said, he has to mix it up a bit. He's becoming a little bit one-dimensional here. He's being read there by Phakbung. He's just waiting for that overhand right to come to throw off the left kick.
You've got to disguise, you've got to put up a smoke screen, flick the jab, go down low and then go up high. But we'll see. Samarn Lek has actually had great success with those overhand rights in his other fights. Can he do it in this one? Can he finish it before the 5th round?
Oh, and Phakbung returns the favor with that ferocious overhand right as well, but sends it through from Samarn Lek, really going hammer and nail here, trying to send it over the top and take the head off of Phakbung.
Some beautiful work by both of these warriors. They're just giving it everything they've got. And we've got to remember as well, both of these fighters are in the 100 pounds category. They're very light, they're very agile, so these shots are landing hard for them, but maybe not the same for us.
Big overhand right again. A very common tale in this fight there from Samarn Lek as he goes for the leg kick from the forward pressure of Phakbung now. Ooh, a little bit of a slip there.
Both fighters now back in central ring. I'd like to see Samarn Lek start flicking that jab downstairs and going upstairs with the overhand right. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 2 more rounds.
Good afternoon, teacher. How are you today? Welcome back to SKS Empire Super Fight for more action. 5-round Muay Thai. That's what we love to see, Jimmy.
Yeah, I would like to point out Joe has got all of these opening lines written down on a notepad. He's been learning a new way to say hello in different languages just for this stream. So the study behind this job for Joe is absolutely phenomenal. He's learned 5 new words today. Great job by Joe Comerford, Muay Thai.
And of course, we are coming back into center ring to continue the action against Phakbung and Samarn Lek. Samarn Lek, the man with the overhand right from heaven, trying to take out Phakbung, the lengthy operator, sending the left knees up there from side control.
And as you mentioned it, Joe, Phakbung landed his own overhand right that landed flush on Samarn Lek. So one thing's for sure, both of these fighters have a very good chin and they're taking these shots well, which is definitely because of their conditioning level. The better your conditioning, the better you can take a shot.
That's right, Jimmy. It's all about conditioning, and also all about style, which we're seeing right now. Beautiful turn there by Samarn Lek. Phakbung, would you rather, got the hook around the neck, used his full hip to turn, very reminiscent of Eleanor Fellows.
Both of the fighters are almost mirroring one another, and that is what you can do. When you can't work out your opponent's weaknesses, start to copy exactly what they do, and you'll start to see the weaknesses in your own game. And that's what both of these fighters are doing. They're both landing very similar shots. Phakbung swings a sledgehammer of a right.
Big heavy hands there from Phakbung, but Samarn Lek returning the favor with the stabbing knees, but Phakbung had him there in that beautiful control position, but Samarn Lek just nullifying it with that hip turn over back into center ring now, but Samarn Lek being bullied into the ropes. Phakbung looking like he's getting a bit desperate here. Oh, bigger left stiff jab there from Samarn Lek.
Great work, great pace by both of these young fighters, putting it all out there, not leaving this thing to chance. The best thing you can do is not leave it in the judges' scorecards. Give it everything you've got. Both fighters once again in central ring. Samarn Lek lands a jab just to end the action. We've got one more round, folks. 2 minutes, and then this fight is over. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to SKS Empire Super Fight right here at Omnoi Stadium, the home of Muay Thai in Samutsa Kon. One of the, well, it's a stadium with so much history, nearly over 30, 40 years of history, but here we are with the replays, overhand right for overhand right.
And the way he swings that overhand right, it's one of those classic sayings, if the fist will miss, you hit with your elbow or your forearm. So just a great way to land that shot. Bas Rutten used to throw that shot very commonly in kickboxing. He would swing that arm, and if he didn't hit you with his fist, he would hit you with his wrist or his forearm. Beautifully done. And we've got 2 more minutes of action. Don't go anywhere. Who do you think's winning this fight? Let us know in the comment section below. Phakbung in the red, Samarn Lek in the blue.
And funny enough, Bas Rutten has a very similar hairline to Jimmy. So here we are with the forward march from Phakbung, really trying to throw everything he's got here. Big overhand right to get Samarn Lek in side control.
Both fighters are now being pried apart by the referee. A nice jab by Samarn Lek. Both fighters look exhausted. They're going to give it everything they've got. The overhand right from Samarn Lek lands clean, but Phakbung returns with one of his own, and it looks like a cut on Phakbung's face.
Oh, bigger left hook there by Phakbung. Battle of the overhand rights. Big stabbing knees there from Phakbung as well, trying to get him in side control to throw off that left elbow.
It's been an even fight so far. Both fighters just leaving it out there. Samarn Lek lands another jab and a beautifully timed right hand, but Phakbung is still on his feet, marching forward. He eats another jab as he walks forward.
Beautifully timed right overhand there from Phakbung. It's a tale of the Alan McGoney right hands here.
Samarn Lek looks like he is wobbling, and Judd, this is just like what happened in your career. He is about to tumble to the canvas. Can he survive the final seconds of this fight? Will he be victorious like Ali McConey, or will he lose like Joe Comerford? We're going to see in just a moment. Both fighters now at a stalemate. Neither fighter want to engage. What a display of Muay Thai we just witnessed. Joe, who do you think's won that fight?
I think Samarn Lek took it away from me on round 1, 2, and 3, but Phakbung coming back in round 4 and 5. Big dramatic turn of the tables there. Be interesting to see how the judges score this one.
Very even in my eyes as well, and I agree with you. The first 3 rounds was definitely the other way, but we will see, and that's exactly what you thought, Joe. He won it, and I think it was those first 3 rounds and that final round where he landed those clean, stiff jabs as well. That was just edging out that fight. Beautiful display of Muay Thai. Thank you for joining us, folks. We will be here next week. I was joined by the great Joe Comerford, Muay Thai.
And of course, joining me is the fabulous vegan Ginger Jimmy Bow. Here are some of those fantastic replays from that last fight. Big overhand rights, very dramatic elbows, a lot of power behind these young gentlemen to finish things off.
They really went for it in every shot they threw. It was rare we saw a flicking jab or a teep. Every shot they threw was a knockout punch. And maybe they just didn't want to go 5 rounds. Maybe they thought, I don't want to go 5 rounds. I'm going to try and take him out. And it didn't work. We just saw 5 rounds of pure Muay Thai action. A fantastic display of Muay Thai.
And thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you join us on the SKS Empire Super Fight Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube next week, 2:30 p.m. Thai time. And that's all she wrote, folks.